Scarborough Secondary School remains closed as there continues to be health and safety concerns. Tobago Business Chamber calls on the THA to pay outstanding monies to contractors. Heritage suppliers are still awaiting payment 7 months after the event, and the Chief Secretary has his suspicions about the cocaine that washed ashore last Sunday. Good evening, I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards. This is the Tobago Updates television news for Wednesday, February 21st, 2024. Now to our top story. As promised by Chief Secretary Farley Augustine, air quality tests were done again at the Scarborough Secondary School, which was supposed to resume face-to-face classes today. Still, the results of the tests conducted were not favorable. Reporter Tanika Cruikshank brings the details.
A media release from the Division of Education, Research and Technology on Tuesday, 20th of February, gave all clear for students of Lambo Anglican Primary School and Scarborough Secondary School to resume face-to-face classes on Wednesday, 21st of February, after being closed for a week due to health and safety concerns stemming from the oil spill. Shortly after, the Scarborough Secondary School's Parent-Teacher Association issued a statement warning parents not to send their children to school because they were not convinced it was safe to do so. Last night, Chief Secretary Farley Augustine, via a live Facebook video, promised that air quality tests would be done again, and a decision on whether or not to resume classes would be made based on those results. According to Alan Stewart, the director of Tobago Emergency Management Agency, the tests were done today.
So we are here this morning with instruments. I will allow my colleague here to speak about to that. To do some quality testing of the air. So while we have been doing it, the results so far have been zero in terms of what the machines are picking up. So we bring it to your ground zero today. So that some of the handheld equipment that we will, through the experts of these of Rose, we will be able to pay specific attention to the school compound itself and see what the readings will be.
Linford Beckles, director of the Department of Environment in the THA, said the first testing was conducted to confirm the compound's operational safety. Rose Environmental Services, a lead environmental service provider in Trinidad and Tobago, supplied the equipment.
So that instrument is going to do continuous logging. Okay, so it's going to be there. It's going to be there from now until September of this year. Okay, that is the commitment that we have from now.
After the test, Stewart acknowledged that of the 12 locations inspected, the general staff area did exhibit a very low volume of gas.
And that area would have picked up a small reading as we went through the exercise itself. Another bit of information that we picked up is that of physically seeing residue of what can be consist of vapors that may have landed on surfaces.
Stewart confirmed the presence of hydrocarbons in the atmosphere. He said recommendations would be made to the school regarding reopening dates. Tanika Cruikshank, Tobago Updates Television News.
Health and safety concerns over the oil spill have made parents reluctant to send their children to school. Although Lambo Anglican Primary School reopened today, only a few students attended, which resulted in an early dismissal. Both schools were closed from Ash Wednesday. According to the Parent-Teacher Association representing both schools, parents should keep their children at home until they feel comfortable enough to send them back to school. To some other news now, the Tobago business community is requesting a meeting with the Commissioner of Police as crime in Tobago continues to be a major concern. Chairman of the Tobago Division of the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Curtis Williams, said crime is seriously impacting the island's private sector, even while some businesses are facing foreclosure due to outstanding payments from the THA. The details in this report.
Tobago's businesses are not just worried about crime.
I'm over worried.
Chairman of the Tobago Division of the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Curtis Williams, who was re-elected for another term, said crime continues to be a major concern.
We have been impacted 100%. I and all my business got robbed. We got robbed twice. My catchers were held up, lying on the floor with guns pointed to his head. So crime is a big thing for us, massive. Hence the reason why we want the Commissioner of Police in Tobago.
The chamber wrote to the Commissioner of Police, Earl Haywood Christopher, requesting a meeting with their members and all Tobago stakeholders.
Because guns become the use or the weapon of choice for the criminals. So we ought to be worried. Because we may be driving through the streets of Scarborough and don't know that there may be a gunplay going to happen any moment.
Williams lamented that Tobagonians are at the mercy of criminals and is awaiting a response from the top cop regarding a date for the meeting. Meanwhile, Demi-John Cruikshank, who is also returning for another term as vice chairman, said crime increases the cost of doing business. He claimed the situation is compounded by outstanding payments to contractors, with some businesses facing foreclosure.
Some of the court staff had meted out to us and indicated that they have judgments in hand against some contractors because suppliers are not willing to wait anymore.
The business community is owed over $300 million for work done for the THA in 2021. When the administration changed, Chief Secretary Farley Augustine ordered a forensic audit of the contracts due to the discovery of irregularities. After 2 years of lobbying, Cruikshank reported that the audit was complete and funds were released to the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development to issue payments to 9 contractors, covering 15 to 20% of money owed.
Some contractors would be paid. As of Monday gone, we would have seen where the public servants started the assessment of the jobs to do the completion certificate, to start to pay some of the contractors.
According to Cruikshank, the process might take a week or two longer to materialize because the public servants want to ensure due diligence is followed to avoid being flagged for further irregularities. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Now to this. If money is available to pay persons for services rendered at the Tobago Heritage Festival 2023, why aren't they being paid, even after 7 months? Well, according to the Secretary of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation, Tasha Boris, the problem is with the Accounts Department. During a 46-minute-long live Facebook video on Sunday, 18 February, Boris said she is willing to cut the checks and pay persons if she has to. The details in this report.
It's been approximately 7 months since the last Tobago Heritage Festival was held, and service providers and winners of competitions within the festival have not been paid. As a result, many of them have taken to social media to express their dissatisfaction with the length of time it's taken for them to receive their money. The latest is Calypsonian Garvey Sandy, who was crowned winner of the Tobago Heritage Calypso Monarch on the 21st of July 2023 and won the $40,000 prize. She is still awaiting her prize money. Garvey's mom, Leslie Ann Ellis, a long-standing Tobago Calypsonian, commented that she's been participating in the Tobago Heritage Festival over the past 20 years, and this is the first time they've had to wait so long to be paid. Musician Gerard Balfour has been consistently asking for his money and has repeatedly made his plight heard via social media, and there are many others awaiting payment. So what is the hold-up if, according to the Tourism Secretary, monies are available? Tourism Secretary Tasha Boris had this to say.
Imagine that they have people working in accounts department, will know they have people to pay, will sit down on money and don't pay them. That is a secretary fault? You want me to go down in accounts and cut the check?
She said that she needs employees in leadership positions to encourage their subordinates to do their jobs.
Don't be afraid to stand up and say, here what? This accounts department not running properly because we owing people for 6 months and the money sit down there to pay them. Stop that.
Boris claims she does not have committed people around her and cannot do the job alone.
You know why I don't have committed people? I can't do it by myself. My brain works a mile a minute, but I need people who are willing to go out and do. And I will direct them. I will hold your hand if I need to, but I can't deal with people who just sitting down, want to get paid and don't want to do nothing for the pay.
She made it clear that she doesn't mind boldly saying what her colleagues on the THA Executive Council cannot see.
I am willing to put myself in the firing line to say the things that my colleagues cannot see. Because this thing we're fighting is a dragon.
Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
Meanwhile, IDA political leader Dr. Denise Oyefat Angus once again addressed the issue of the non-payment of heritage monies. She believes the issue stems from poor management.
Because you can't tell me that the policymakers don't know how to have their staff make sure that these people get paid.
She said whether the money was managed correctly or not, whether the Division of Tourism does not have access to it, or if the public servants have not written the checks, it is all due to poor leadership. Well, coming up after the break, specialist help is in Tobago to deal with the oil spill recovery and coastline restoration. Stay tuned.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up and look. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. Do more, live more.
Yo everyone, it's your boy Harry here from Authentic Builders General Hardware, located right here in Stobie Local Road, Tobago. That's correct, right here in Tobago. And we are offering you guys the best prices on all hardware material. And if you would like to get your free quotation done, all you have to do is WhatsApp us at 272-1990, and we will give you guys the best prices on all hardware material. That is a guarantee, as we are matching or beating any quotations.
Welcome back. Minister of Energy and Energy Industries Stuart Young and his team met with Henry Kevin Teichman, CEO of T&T Salvage LLC, Clinton Paul Williams, Director of Emergency Response Services, T&T Marine Salvage Incorporated, on Tuesday. The team from the ministry got a high-level briefing on the execution of response efforts targeted at the overturned vessel and hydrocarbon discharge off the southern coast of Cove Tobago. The response team, comprising a salvage master, naval architect, ADCI divers with experience in low to zero visibility diving and sonar technology, are in Tobago to execute the required emergency response. Dive gear, hydrographic survey equipment and NOFI current busters are being flown in from the USA and Europe to Tobago. Minister Young emphasized that the effective recovery of the hydrocarbons and the restoration of Tobago's coastline is paramount. The technical staff at the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries will assist in facilitating the operations. The Chief Secretary met with the Minister of Works and Transport, Rohan Sinanan, and some members of the specialist team in Tobago today. The cost of cleanup from the oil spill in Tobago continues to rise. It has been 2 weeks since the Gulfstream vessel was discovered capsized on a reef near the Cove Estate, leaking a diesel-like substance into the water, contaminating 15 kilometers of the coastline. It triggered a Tier 2 response with the assistance of international agencies. However, until the entity responsible for this disaster is identified, the THA and the central government must bear the cost. As a result, Chief Secretary Falia Augustine is hoping that as the mid-year budget approaches, provisions will be made to deal with the mounting costs.
Finding the owner of the Gulfstream badge and the Solo Creed is not just about solving a mystery. It is also about determining who should bear the cost of the oil spill. Over the past 2 weeks, a significant portion of THA's resources have been dedicated to cleaning up the spill from the shoreline between Scarborough and Canoe Bay, according to Chief Secretary Falia Augustine.
Right now,
We have to utilize almost all the trucks we have to our disposal. We have to bring workers, consider whether we're going to compensate them more. That will cost the island of Tobago something. And so naturally we have to consider all our options in recuperating those costs.
Workers from the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development, CPEP, URP and daily rated employees are being redeployed toward cleanup efforts. Other parts of the state's assets are also being utilized.
There's resources that I could have fixed some road for some farmer that we had to fix to do mop-up operation. Think about all of our equipment.
National and international assistance is being lent to Tobago. However, the bill for the island to facilitate this assistance continues to increase. Augustine explained the procurement officers are overseeing those bills.
But in the actual procurement and day-to-day operations of what is required for this emergency, I am not a part of it. So it's difficult for me to give that answer with certainty until more of that information makes its way up to the executive level.
As a result, he hopes the central government will include supplemental funding for the THA's emergency response in the upcoming mid-year budget review.
The chief and myself, the accounting staff and team we met, and the discussion was about preparing those things so that I, as Secretary for Finance, will get it in a timely manner to be able to dispatch to the Ministry of Finance so we get the requisite supplements to the budget.
Legal options for compensation will be explored once the owners of the vessels are identified. For now, the search continues by the Ministry of National Security and the THA. Augustine shared that they are following some leads and will announce their findings when confirmations are made. Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Well, the Chief Secretary is of the view that the cocaine that washed ashore at Cove Estate last Sunday came from near the overturned Gulf Stream vessel. During a press conference on Tuesday afternoon, Augustine explained why he holds this view.
Chief Secretary Fale Augustine said the oil spill saga is becoming more interesting as it evolves.
What transpired is that in a location close by to here where we have the debris from the vessel washing ashore, this package was among those things that were in the debris.
Augustine noted that there are boom structures on the east and west ends of the vessel, and there's a strong possibility that the package, which was not seen before, came from within the zone.
If you notice from the police statement, they did not say outright that it came from the vessel, nor did they deny that it came from the vessel. But they are saying that the substance to them seemed to be cocaine and is valued at $500,000 street value thereabout.
However, the Chief Secretary wished the disclosure of this information had been handled differently. Meanwhile, their struggle to identify the owner of the vessel continues.
At this present time, there is a stronger motive for whomever is the current owner to not come forward, to hide their tracks as much as possible.
He promised to get to the bottom of the situation. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
Up next, Curtis Williams has been re-elected as chairman of the Tobago Business Chamber. We'll tell you more about the newly elected team after this.
Your destiny. The best way to predict it is to create it. Do you see yourself exploring exotic destinations or spending quality time with family? However you see yourself, create your own retirement destiny with Tata Life's Destiny Personal Savings Booster. Choose from one of 3 investment options with guaranteed minimum investment returns to secure a monthly retirement income for life, with the option to choose your retirement age. So what's your retirement destiny? Call 62TATIL or visit tatil.co.tt to learn more today. Conditions apply. Tatil Life, a member of the Answer Makal Group.
Hey, hello guys, welcome. Come have a seat. Oh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material. Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive collection, now exclusively available at Standard.
Welcome back. Curtis Williams has been re-elected as chairman of the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Tobago Division. Demi John Cruikshank was also re-elected as vice chairman of the chamber. The honorary secretary is Lisa Cruikshank, while Kai Townsend is the assistant secretary. Other members of management are Janet Parks, Brendan Gray, Natalie Mahabir, Ken Jones, Kurt Wilson and Hayden Miller. The elections were held on Tuesday, 20th February. Well, the rising rate of school violence has prompted a plea for the corporate community to support schools. Chairman of the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce Tobago Division, Curtis Williams, stated that they recognize the role of the private sector in the solution and remain dedicated to assisting. Some support has already been provided to Signal Hill Secondary School, which has recently been under intense scrutiny due to its pupils' involvement in violent incidents.
And some of the things that we look at, imagine they had a IT lab with no computers. So I don't know how the students were learning IT with no computers. They probably, I don't know, imagining that system, but that's some of the issues. So the schools, so that's why we want to have that meeting with the Secretary for Education so we can address some of those issues, because it seems like the school is just tired of complaining and nothing happening.
The chamber claimed that they contacted Secretary of Education, Research and Technology, Zarisha Hackett, who agreed to meet with them within the next 2 weeks. However, Williams advised the public that they could only provide limited support.
But we are constrained. We're not begging for money for the contractors. So you can imagine what's happening. They have money. We can't do any much, Candice. Right? So hence the reason why it's everybody involved.
Williams committed to being a part of the multi-stakeholder approach required to reduce school violence in society. Speaking at a press conference held by the IDA on Tuesday, the party's political leader, Dr. Denise Soyafat Angus, expressed disappointment with the recently concluded Tobago Carnival, noting that key collaboration is missing. Ariana Scipio has the story.
Dr. Denise Soyafat Angus, a former THA secretary who was responsible for culture in Tobago, has described the Tobago leg of the 2024 National Carnival as disappointing.
To see how this administration has disempowered the whole creative sector around the production of Carnival and the confusion between February Carnival as a national event and the October Carnival.
Soyafat Angus claims that deceptive moves were being made to shut down the February Carnival without communicating with the stakeholders. She believes this led to protests the week before Carnival.
That cannot work. It's not going to really be helpful to us in the future. And I don't know why this administration is hell-bent on not speaking to anyone, not speaking with stakeholders, and feeling that they know what is best for everyone by just speaking to themselves. It undermines the spirit of the collaboration and mutual respect necessary for sustainable development.
She said that the IDA has a vision to transform the creative industry in Tobago into a vibrant innovation hub. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
We'll go to a break and come back with more. Stay tuned.
Hello everyone, it's your boy Harry here from Authentic Car Clinic, located right here in Tobago at Torbay Local Road. You can WhatsApp us or call us at 366-4173.
JK Tech, we bring technology to your doorstep. From cutting-edge laptops to reliable printers, we've got it all. Nationwide delivery and a new website for easy online ordering. JK Tech is your one-stop shop for your electronics and computer needs. Carrying top brands such as Acer, Samsung, HP, and much more. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JKTechTT or visit jktechtt.com. Quality tech is just a click away. JK Tech. Evaluate your shopping experience, your tech, your way. Call or WhatsApp 383-2651. Shop smart, shop JK Tech.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice car get damaged bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. Never ever worry if sickness catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry if times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you. Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Thanks for staying with us. Political leader of the Unity of the People, Nkosi Phillips, is adding their voice to the many that have condemned school violence in Tobago. Phillips expressed frustration with the lack of attention given to proposals to address school violence and highlighted a project they implemented in Baltimore schools while working with the United Nations.
I wanted to bring that same project here, and from even the previous administration before to now, nobody listens because apparently everybody wants the ideas to come from them. At this point in time, it's not about who the idea comes from. It's about us all uniting to make sure that our children are comfortably safe in the schools.
Phillips called for a re-evaluation of the educational system.
We have to look at the educational system differently. We have to look at how we do anti-bullying mechanisms for the school. We have to look at safety and security. The schools in Trinidad and Tobago is like the borders of Trinidad and Tobago. If you do not protect the borders of the school, and the elements of which is supposed to be protected inside of the borders of Trinidad and Tobago and the schools, how on earth are you going to devise or put mechanisms in place to deal with anti-bullying?
Now for the weather update from the TNT Met Office. Tonight is expected to be mostly clear and cool, apart from the odd shower. Temperatures will drop to 24 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow is expected to be predominantly sunny and at times breezy, despite the low chance of an odd shower. Temperatures are forecasted to reach 31 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 34 degrees. Seas will be slight to moderate, with waves reaching up to 1.5 meters in open waters and 1 meter in sheltered areas. Sunrise is at 6:21 and sunset at 6:11. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Let's recap the headlines before we go. Scarborough Secondary School remains closed as there continues to be health and safety concerns. Tobago Business Chamber calls on the THA to pay outstanding monies to contractors. Heritage suppliers are still awaiting payments 7 months after the event. And the Chief Secretary has his suspicions about the cocaine that washed ashore last Sunday. I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards, thanking you so much for joining us and wishing you a good night.